Okay. All right, what do we know about inequalities as opposed to equalities or equations? If x equals 3, that's an equation, that's an equality. X is just 3. If x is this is turned into an inequals. How many answers are there to this? A bunch, yeah. Infinite answers, starting at, well, if depending on what conditions, they might do x an element of z to confuse you a little bit, which means integers, which means the first answer beyond 3 would be 4. But if it was x element of or, for example, real numbers, it would be 3.000000001. It'd be just the very first bit after 3. That's the difference. So sometimes it's easier to sketch a solution than to write a solution. So writing a solution would be a set of numbers. That's already a set of numbers. And sometimes a sketch can be useful. So how would I sketch this?
You basically do the same thing.
Well, how would I sketch that?
So it's just you draw a point, and then you just go like
Okay, we have to remember how to sketch straight lines, horizontal and vertical lines. This is an example of which? A horizontal or a vertical line? Incorrect, Alex. It's a vertical line. Because it's got to go through where x is 3. It's got to go through. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the x-axis. It's got to go through that. So if it goes through that, it's got to be this line.
And then you just shade it.
Okay, yeah. Priyanka's done this. I think we briefly did this last year. So is x going to, which side of the line do we shade?
we shade the left.
X is greater than 3. X is greater than 3. Okay. I've done something wrong. Does anyone know what it is?
You done something wrong.
Yes.
Oh, it has to be a dotted line.
Boom. I've done this. So that's greater than or equal to. If we have a situation with just, let's draw a different one, because if we have something like this, less than, so this is -1, this is -2, this is -3, I would have to do dotted line, yes. And then shade. So this one is x less than -2, and this one is x greater than -3, or greater than 3. Of course, and when I say this one, I mean all this area. And if we drew a larger graph, we'd shade more until the graph, the scale you have drawn, finishes. Okay? What's a line this way called? What is it?
I mean, like on a graph. Like, what's the difference between equal, greater than?
It includes, yeah. So it includes, this one includes 3. So I put a solid line. A little bit when you're doing it on a number line, you either put in a full circle or an open circle when you're shading.
Oh, so greater than would just be the 4, from 4.
No, greater than is dotted line. Yeah. So you either you go to the one that it is, and that's a dotted line, and that's a shaded line, or a full line. Okay, and then if I put in, I'm going to put in another inequality. I'm going to shade this side of that line I've just drawn. What is that one I've just drawn?
Y equals 1.
Y equal to or greater than 1. Yes, because it goes through 1 here on the y-axis. Okay, great. Let's do an example of a diagonal line, just to make sure we're clear on that. So let's look at a diagonal line. I think I wrote one down I want to do. 3x minus 4y. Shade this. This may not be the way the question's asked. Something like that. Graph this, or graph this inequality is the way it would be asked in the exam. So I want to graph this inequality. That means I want to draw that and shade somewhere on a graph. So I have to draw it first. How do I draw a line like that? I don't have to rearrange it.
3x minus 4y.
Okay, in order to draw a line like this, so this is technically coordinate geometry, I suppose. If I were to draw this, I would need either 2 points or the slope and a point, or the gradient and a point. The easiest way is probably 2 points. And I would get the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Get those 2 points. Why are they the two easiest points to find? You're substituting in 0, or to get the x-intercept, I sub in 0 for y and solve. So 3x minus 4 times 0. Now I can use the equal sign here because I'm just going to draw the line, and then I'm going to use this symbol to go either side of it. So 3x is equal to 12, x is equal to 4. So the first point I can use is 4 on x and 0, which I subbed in on y. I do the same process for the y-intercept. This stands for intercept. I'm going to sub in x equal to 0 is another way of saying the same sentence, but with x. So I'm sure most of you are at the answer already. What's the y value here? Minus 4y is equal to 12, and y is minus 3, so my point is... Because of the nature of lines, we only need 2 points. They don't turn at any stage. You just go this. They just continue on forever. So I can get onto my sketch and put in those 2 points. It is possible you'll be asked to do this without a calculator. With a calculator, you can just draw that in the calculator, but you would have to rearrange it so it's y equals. So it might actually be easier to just do this pretty quickly. 4, 0 is here, and 0 minus 3 is here. When I'm going to draw my line, what should I not do? If I look at the symbol of the less than or equal to? I should definitely make it a dotted line. So I see this and it's a dotted line. If it was greater than or equal to, I would make it a solid line. So I'm going to try and do a dotted line. That's straight-ish. Okay, next point is my positive 5, 6 here. Okay. Which side of the line do I shed?
Right side.
How do you know?
Because
You just said you substitute points and you see if it's like greater than 12. Oh, the right side is greater than.
The right side?
yeah.
So is this the right side?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the wrong side.
How would I know? What's the easiest point to pick? Yeah. We pick a point. Which point? 0, 0. Why? Well, we saw here how easy it is to substitute in 0. So we've got 3 times 0 minus 4 times 0 is greater than 12. So I get 0 minus 0 is greater than 12. 0 is not greater than 12. What does this tell us? It's on the wrong side. So if this is on the wrong side, then any point over here must be on the wrong side. So the right side is this side. If you like, you can test another point that you know for sure is on this side. Something like maybe 5 minus 4 is definitely on this sideline, but you'll find out it works. So this side is where we would shade. In this case, it asks us to shade that side. Okay, that's the side we want. Yes? Yeah. I found it was the wrong side by picking a point. I picked 0, 0. If 0, 0, this point, if 0, 0 works in this inequality, if it works, then it's on the right side. It's part of the solution. When I did it, I got 0 is greater than 12. And I know that's not true. So this must be on the wrong side. Okay.
Well, how do you know which side is the wrong side and which side is the right side?
Because it doesn't make sense. Is 0
Yeah.
greater than 12?
No.
Exactly.
So,
it can't- it's
yeah.
not possible.
So that's the wrong. So this sits on the wrong side of the line. There only is two sides of the line. And if this is on the wrong side, this must be the right side.
Oh.
If it did work out, it would be on the right side.
Oh, okay.
So like, let's say instead of
Alex. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So Alex was asking, if you missed that question, does it matter, do you have to use these 2 points to draw it? No, you can sub in any values for x or y to draw it. You can do 2 for y if you want, and you'll get 2 points, and as soon as you get 2 points, you draw the line. Okay, it's easy to do these because you usually end up drawing the x, y axis to start. Okay, let's look at a more complicated example. I think that was pretty, maybe straightish forward. Okay. So quite often in the exam we get something called a region. You won't just do one line, you get a region. A short region is if we draw a load of these and there's some area in the middle, that's your region. That it answers all questions. So a region is defined by, this is the way the question will be. Let's use the ones I have here. X greater than or equal to 2, y greater than or equal to 3, and we got 2 lines, x plus y less than or equal to 10, x plus 2y.
It's the universal definition.
No. The universal definition of a region is just an area of a graph. So what area of the graph is defined by these 4 inequalities? So at the end of this, each one of these inequalities is a line. So you'll just be drawing 4 lines, and in the middle of them, it might be that one or it might be this one, is a region. And they want us to find that region and put the letter or in it or something like that to say that's the region. That's what we want. So can we draw that? The first thing I would do here is I would get the x, y intercepts of both these lines. So I'd do a bit of rough work. And I would do what we did just a second ago, maybe just a little bit quicker this time. When x is 0, what's y here? When x is... okay, we're going to use equals to. If we're drawing, we're going to use equal. When x is 0, y is 10. When y is 0, x is 10. Fantastic. In this other one, x plus 2y is equal to 14. When x is 0, what is y?
7.
When y is 0, what is x? We happy with that? So now we have our points. I just did that intercepts very fast. I just let x 0, what's the y point? Y is 0. The same as what I did the last time. Just a bit faster.
Why can you make x 0 if x is greater than 2?
I didn't do these two. I just did these two. I took this. I'm going to draw this one. I'm going to draw this one. I'm going to draw this one. I'm going to draw this one and see where they overlap. Right, it looks like I need to go up to nearly 15 on the x-axis. We have 14, yeah. I've gone up. I don't think I need to go down very far in any of these. This seems to be in the. My guess is it's somewhere in here, the region.
How can you guess that?
Just the points that we're given. 10, 10. So, 1, 2. Yeah, that says rough work. Okay, 10 zeros here. Zero 10 is here. That's the first one. I'm drawing this one first. Or this one first. So I got 10, 0, 0, 10. Is it a solid line or a dotted line?
It's solid.
Solid line because it is. Okay.
What we need negatives for this?
For this particular one, doesn't look like it.
Okay.
Okay, that's that one done. Almost. Which side of the line is the right side? Which side is the wrong side?
We're going to figure it out. Take 0, 0.
So we can take 0, 0. I'm going to do my test over here. Test is 0 plus 0 is less than or equal to 10. Is that right or wrong?
Less than or equal.
I'm testing 0, 0.
Oh, that's wrong.
Is 0 less than 10?
No, it's not equal to 10.
Is it less than or equal to 10?
0. Oh, okay.
It's-
Yeah, then it's right.
Sorry. Okay, so this is on the right side. Okay, so 0, 0 is on the right side. I'm not going to shade everywhere just yet. I'm going to put in arrows. There's a number of different ways of doing this. Some people shade the other side of the line then. I use arrows, but it's up to you. I know that the right side of this line is that side. Let's draw in these two straight lines. So that one's done. I have the arrows. I haven't shaded yet. X greater than 2. That should be a pretty straightforward one. I put a line where x is 2. So this one is x plus y 10. This one is x greater than or equal to 2. Which side of this line is correct? Left or right? X is greater than 2. This side. Because 3 is greater than 2. 4 is greater than 2, and so on. Okay. Y is greater than 3. So I use the y-axis, goes through 3. Y is greater than 3. Where is the correct area of that line? Y is greater than 3. Okay, I hope I've taken this down right. Okay, and then we got the last one. X plus 2y is less. All right, we need to draw that one. We haven't done that yet. Where x is 0, y is 7. That's here. I'm looking at this now. And 14 and 0 is over here. So I need to draw a line. Something like that. Which side of the line is that one? Let's test. Test 0, 0 to see if it works. 0 plus 2 times 0 is less than 14. 0 is on the right side again. 0 is less than 14, obviously. So it's on the right side again. So where is my region?
The right angle.
Now, if you're not sure, some people like to shade the other sides. If it's kind of these arrows are not making sense to you, you could shade the wrong side this time and remove that from the equation. So over here, that's the wrong side of this line. So all of this cannot be in our answer. All of this cannot be in our answer over here. All of that bit. Because it's got to work for all of them. This other line, this one we just did, it's got to be that side. So that rules out this bit. Yeah. Okay. And this one's pointing up, so that's this side of the line. All down here as well as out. Okay. And we see our region. Okay. And that's it. We have shaded the right area. Takes a bit of time. Luckily for you, the work I've set you on this is You don't have to draw anything. On my maths